Where you at on the World Juniors? You dialed into it this year? You keeping it? You're clipping it?
I mean, I'm keeping it in the sense of like I like the tournament existing.
Yeah.
I've watched probably an aggregate 24 minutes so far.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
I'll never clip the World Juniors because it's an awesome tournament. But yeah, I have not watched.
You're not holding it as tight as you used to, right?
I like when you were like in your teens and even early 20s.
Yeah.
Like it was appointment television. Like you had to be in front of a television watching that game.
Mm-hmm.
And if the World Juniors were anywhere near your city, you had to be in a car and trying to go watch it.
So the World Juniors, to me, at this age that I'm at, are becoming like, there's a saying with basketball, that basketball, the NBA basketball, doesn't start till Christmas. That the first half of the season is just irrelevant. Nobody cares about it. Football's going on, all this kind of stuff. But at Christmas time, the basketball starts to become important. Well, with the World Juniors, I believe that when we get to the New Year's Eve game, if some years we don't, but when we do, that's when it really starts. Because like Finland, that was a good game. I did watch a bit of the Finland game, but
I watched the third period on that one.
I watched the third period of the Latvia-Canada game because it was on right before, and it was really good, but really disappointing. You know what I mean?
By the time I got to overtime, I was rooting for Latvia. I was like, finish it off, Latvia.
The shootout.
One of the greatest Christmas traditions is yelling at teenagers about the World Juniors.
Before we get to the shootout in the Latvia game, yesterday, the Germany game, Canada, Sunday night, perfect time to sit down. We watched every minute of that game.
Really?
Yeah. Me and my family, we watched it all.
Love hockey.
But knowing that it potentially sets up like a New Year's Eve game.
Well, it's round robin, so New Year's Eve. Just
New Year's
so you know.
Eve game against the States,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's exciting.
Yeah.
Last night we were watching it, and all I could come away with was like, I don't really know these kids. I want to get to know them a little bit better. But first off, I mean, lack of offense in this tournament is, we don't have any players in the top 20 of scoring right now.
Yeah.
That is just so un-Canadian-like. Now, that brings my question. Is it better for the tournament if Canada doesn't just run away with this shit? If Canada and the United States, or Canada and Sweden, or United States is like when it's got parity, Kazakhstan just, what's today?
Today's the 30th.
Kazakhstan took Slovakia to overtime today.
That's crazy, actually.
That's really crazy. Latvia beating Canada is the biggest World Junior win in that team's history.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So is it better for the tournament that there's more parity? Or do you prefer the days of where we score 12-1 on Germany and 12-1 on Switzerland, and then,
Well,
kind of run away
those
with the damn
countries
thing?
are getting better,
Which is good for
right?
the tournament.
Which is good for the tournament. There's a lot of criticism towards Hockey Canada and their team selection at the moment.
Not big enough.
I saw
Not
our
big
boy,
enough,
Jay
like-
Rosehill was going on just like no jam
No jam.
on the team. this year.
You don't have your 2-2 out there.
No.
Your physical threat, mucking, hard working.
Can I present an alternate theory that really only applies to us and people listening to this podcast? Do you maybe care about the World Juniors less because the Oilers are finally good? Like, were we maybe so dialed into the World Juniors because the Oilers were out already, and it was like, finally a team we could cheer for from 09 to 2016?
It probably connects.
I would keep that.
Holy cow, the World Juniors are back in Edmonton in 2027.
Yeah,
They're
aren't you-
like here all the time.
I know. 2022 was the last
Ottawa,
time.
Minneapolis, Calgary. Well, let's go to Europe.
I want to follow your theory down because it would make sense because then all of a sudden you start looking at who's the draft eligible prospects on those teams and you start paying more attention.
Yeah, right? Like, I feel like we were more dialed into it when the Oilers stunk. Also, I think that was kind of like really the peak of it for like TSN's coverage and the excitement of it. So maybe other things have just kind of pulled me away. Like, I've become a bigger football fan in the last few years. So like, I'd rather watch that on like Christmas and the subsequent days if it's on. But I think there might be something to like, we were drained from watching a garbage Oilers team. And then it was like, whew,
Yeah, we had nothing.
a team we could root for.
All we had was Team Canada. Olympics every 4 years. Can't wait
So,
for that.
I
on
keep it though.
yes.
You're buying my theory.
we're-
Yeah.
keeping it.
I want to propose a counter question or a follow up question to this keeper to clip it with another keeper to clip it, right?
Sure.
And sentiment towards World Juniors, sentiment towards Four Nations.
Where do I come out on that?
I'm very excited for it.
Are you?
I'm very excited. it's not true best on best, I know, because some countries are left out, but it's the first time I really it's the first time in a long time that we get to see the best Canada has to offer versus the best United States have to offer, right? You get to see that in the women's game like all the time.
Yeah.
And we haven't had that for God, how long now?
My thing is, I would love to inject truth serum into the players and get honest answers from them on it.
Yeah.
On like, how fired up are you for this? How bad do you want to win and beat those other countries?
I'll bet you the closer it gets to it, the more excited they get for it. I mean, it's probably hard for them to really absorb how much fun it's going to be for them and how exciting when they're, over the holidays working for wins for their team. Like they're playing right now for their clubs, but come closer to it, I'll bet you that teams that are not doing so well, those players are going to be very excited for it.
I'm torn. I guess I need to see it, and then I'll be able to provide like a proper like feeling towards it. Like right now, I'm kind of meh.
Well, the in-game, the in-season tournament with basketball, there's not very much buzz going up to it, and by the end of it, like people who love basketball love this tournament, like are loving watching the end of it. It kind of ramps up as the tournament goes, which is just like the World Juniors, which is just like what this Four Nations Cup I feel like it's going to be. The shootout though against Latvia. Did you guys watch it?
Yep.
I did not.
If you're the guy that does the 3 leg kicks and you don't score, how embarrassed are you?
Probably pretty embarrassed.
It was the worst move I've ever
Was
seen.
that for Canada?
Yeah.
No, I gotta say,
It was brutal.
Easton Cowan,
He's like
Leafs.
our leading scorer too.
Leafs prospect.
But his leg kick, didn't even make the goalie flinch. Not the first time, not the second time, and then still tries to go the 5-hole. Like when you see an NHL player pull that off, you think this is one of the greatest. Like that was unbelievable. This goalie was shaking this goalie didn't care one bit about those 2 leg kicks.
Well, he was,
I just saw it. It's like,
Did you just see it?
he did not move. He did not flinch.
but
Nothing.
he was a tone pony, that goalie.
And then the fake shot, let it slide through and try to put it backhand. Did you see that one?
Oh my God, I just saw it.
So there's the move. You just saw the leg kick?
Like, what is he trying to? It looks like Elaine dancing.
Dude, it does look like Elaine dancing. Bad, not moving. Latvia goes like,
You're watching his highlight because he did it in a Leafs preseason game.
He did do it in a Leafs preseason game.
There you go. That's the right
so
one.
this is like his move?
Yeah, I guess.
It's time for a new move there, big man.
Oh, because he like kind of quick releases it on the third one.
Okay,
right?
but do you know that one
Still
where
looks
you
dumb.
shoot, you fake, or you take a real shot,
Yeah.
but you purposely miss the puck?
Oh,
and
yeah.
it goes
then-
across the crease, and then you try to come to the backhand and put it backhand because you hope to stall the goalie at the far side.
Yeah,
Our guy tried that. I don't even think he got the backhand off. So he
it's a good move though.
if it works,
Well, every move.
these kids are trying this in the most pressure-packed moment of their life.
but they're fucking ice in their veins, man.
Well, did they? Because they lost.
That's true.
So-
but that goalie was hot.
Yeah, he was unreal. Canada peppered, 57 shots at him or something like that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then 8 shootouts, 8 breakaways, 8 extremely, extremely high danger chances.
Yeah. And he
0.
turned them all aside. That was crazy. What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.